Welcome back, Lieutenant. Unfortunately, you won't have much time to rest before you head out on your new mission. This time, your destination is inside Germany. We're sending you to the Dachsmark submarine facility in Bremen, where they're building a new U-boat prototype that dwarfs anything we've seen before. Your job is to prevent this monstrosity from ever training its periscope on an Allied ship. Destroy it any way you can. We've arranged for your transport to Dachsmark aboard a merchant marine freighter. You'll be going undercover again, this time as a Kriegsmarine officer. Now let me be clear, Patterson. There's no room for error. The timetable is extremely tight. Intelligence reports the sub will be launching for sea trials within the week. Get there as quickly as you can.
And welcome back to Medal of Honor for Mission 3, Scuttle das Boot, in which we're doing pretty much the same thing as the last level, just in different places with different people. Now, with the exception of the Panzer Schrecken Bazooka combination, I think after 2 levels, you pretty much exhaust all the game has to offer in terms of gameplay. After that... I mean, after Mission 2, you're pretty much doing the same thing yet again. Here for Mission 3, and everywhere past that, you just drop the whole subterfuge act, and it's just straight up shooting everybody possible. If I remember right, I may have somehow forgotten some little bit of the next mission.
Where you are going, sir? Forgive me, sir.
But whatever. Now, thankfully in this level, for some of the parts at least, it's a lot more reasonable in terms of the enemy AI. That is to say, hold on, let me turn down my fan here. Case fan, that is. I keep forgetting to turn it down so I can record without it eating up the sound microphone feed too much. But yeah, I think it's a bit more reasonable with the enemy AI in terms of you being able to shoot them without a million people appearing out of nowhere and shooting you. In some places, at least. There's still a few locations where, you know, positively nobody could have possibly seen you shoot somebody, and yet you'll still get people just literally spawning behind you to shoot you.
Show me your papers.
Let's see. Oh yes, this is a man you have to kill. I've got my papers right here, asshole. Come on. Fine, here's your paper, right to the temple. Or the eye socket, possibly. Yeah, see here. Right in the middle of a hallway. Nobody sees it. Later on, you'll get...
Are you new here, sir?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, I'm trying to remember. I was just trying to remember the circumstances behind that shooting. I think I saw him twitch or flinch or something that reminded me of what the guy or the other guy did. And I shot him in the face as a consequence. They shoot another guy in a long hallway, and lo and behold, nothing happens. Nobody seems to care. Fine by me. And I really hope the mouse sounds here aren't as loud in the recording as they are in the real-time preview of the microphone here. My old headphones hooked up directly to it. Shoot him in the face after this door. And then, yeah, look, suddenly people just appear out of nowhere to shoot you. And it doesn't make any sense because this area is no more open than the last area. Plus, I just completely wiped out everybody in that area that those two came from. So here I'm trying to turn off the alarm again. Still an absolute positive pain in the ass. Anyway, let's see, let's access some of my resources here as we run into another officer guy. Thank you for the pass. I did look it up and remind myself how you got excellent ratings in this game. I think it was different in Underground. Because I think in Underground you just need to kill everybody and have more than X% of health, like 75 or something.
Your papers are in order.
But here, you need to have an accuracy of 70% of or higher. You need to kill everybody on the map and have 75% health or greater. Maybe it's the same in Medal of Honor Underground. It's just easier to get that 75% or 70% accuracy. Because, you know, DreamWorks Interactive had the brains to design a crosshair that you didn't need to hold down a button to see. Right, so going on down to the correct way this time. Finding a little room with ammo, and I think I left the health there because I've... Probably the whole thing I've done since Doom. You know, it heals more health than I've lost, so I figure it's not right to use it, and then this guy just fucking pops up out of nowhere. He decides to rush at me and try to shoot me. And thus, for defending myself, I have this guy just spawning out of nowhere. Or maybe he was standing outside of the horrendously terrible draw distance of the game. I'm legitimately curious as to why the draw distance in this game is so terrible. I remember opening up, yeah, look, this guy doesn't care.
Sorry, sir.
I remember opening up a video of that old Gran Turismo Let's Play I did years ago and thankfully canceled because it was fucking terrible. And really the only reason it hasn't been deleted is because it's got a pretty decent amount of views, somehow. It's just funny. You know, triple-digit views on some really terrible videos of Gran Turismo, but don't get anywhere near that on videos I actually put real effort into. Trying to find my place, think of where I was before, but not coming to me. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Probably just a worthless topic anyway.
Who's your commanding officer? Forgive me, sir. Show me your
I've been looking through a few walkthroughs,
Show me your paper.
and you know, I'm completely done with the game. It's all pre-recorded at this point, so it's not like it's not like I'm cheating my way through a game I've played a million times. Or some stupid shit like that. Rather, I'm just trying to find, you know, additional background information of the game that could be, you know, actually provide some commentary chances. Here we go. Here we've got another officer that doesn't care about the papers and needs a nice bullet to the face. Unfortunately, he runs off before I can get a shot off, and hey, let's pull the alarm. Of course, I'm not listening through the headphones that actually allows me to hear the game audio, so I don't know if he pulled it or not. I'm assuming no, because I'm not running towards a alarm panel to shut it off. And look, this guy doesn't care. Glorious inconsistencies, and putting down the coffee cup elicits a very loud boom in the microphone.
Attention! God!
Not sure what's up with this guy. He seems to be pretty much the only guy in the game that actually has the AI intelligence to hear something in another room and react to it with suspicion. Then this officer guy, for some reason, just Well, I'm assuming he's an officer. He looks like the other ones. For some reason, he doesn't have the whole "let me see your papers" thing. Yeah, just grab a comically large wrench next to a life preserver. Excuse me. And we're back to engineering, I believe. At least that's where we're running. Believe it or not, all you need to do for this next objective is just shove that wrench into the motor with the action button. Kind of overly simplistic, I think.
Sir, I need
Let
to
me
see
see
some
your
identification.
papers.
Forgive me, sir.
Your papers are in order.
Sir,
Let
I
me
need
see
to
your
some
papers.
identification.
Your
Forgive me,
papers
sir.
are in order. And etc.
Sir,
I
may I see
I
your
wasn't
papers,
even
please?
trying for a German accent there,
Your
let's be
papers
honest.
are in
I don't
order.
even know how to fake one. It's not like Russian accent where I can make something up and it sounds kind of like it.
Can I help you find where you are going,
Mostly
sir? Forgive
based
me, sir.
on games and videos I have seen with the Russians. That unfortunately very often end up being people also faking the accent.
Sound the alarm!
That could have gone worse. He actually had the artificial intelligence to hear the pistol pull out. Alright, running down to engineering now. That a really amazing lightning arc. Actually, it's a pipe, I think.
Can I help you find where you are going, sir?
I
Forgive me,
need
sir.
to see a paper. Never mind, I don't care.
Sound the
Oh god, a
alarm!
pistol. Oh, I'm dead. Huh? I didn't see anything, I'm blind. Glorious inconsistencies. Makes this game more annoying to play than necessary. Bam, engine jammed, alarm goes off, everybody in the boat tries to kill you. Which I'll admit is actually kind of fun to deal with, because it's a situation where you're pretty scarce on ammo. Might not be the correct usage of the word. I mean, you should have a decent amount of pistol ammunition at this point, but running out of something that's a little more effective in mass assault situations is pretty easy to do. Whoops. Somebody forgot to put a collision mesh on this toilet. Good job. Sometimes I think that this game gets a pass simply because it's one of the few pre-Halo games. Oops. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that! They just spawned there. They literally just spawned there. There was nobody there. Everybody on that side of the ship is dead. They just spawned there because I shot him. Hooray, stupid game design! But yeah, I'm definitely convinced that, yeah, this game gets as much of a pass as it did, simply because it's one of the few pre-Halo games that was actually a decent shooter on console in terms of controls and such. Mainly because at least one of the preset control configs is reasonably decent. Though, unfortunately, it still suffers from the long-standing console tradition of our players are too stupid to customize their controls, so we have to give them presets or nothing at all. Ho ho ho. Seems like Bethesda is the only developer that develops things on for consoles that I've ever seen that seems to think that players are smart enough to custom rebind the controls. Then again, I don't know if they kept that tradition for Skyrim or not. I mean, they made the game idiot-proof and hand-holding a whole lot in other ways there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they decided, you know, at that point that custom control binding is too hard for people to do. I mean, knowing where to go for a quest without some gigantic white arrow pointing it to you is obviously too hard for people to do for some reason. Why not custom controls? Anyway, second part of the mission, inexplicably losing the pistol for some stupid reason. I suppose I covered that by saying inexplicably. I don't know why I don't really know why they decided to take it away. It really just doesn't make any sense. I think you might get another pistol later on in the level. In one of these mission 3 levels, that is. But at the same time, it just still begs the question, why take the first one away? Yeah, there you go. They give you this one. I mean, it's nice for variety, but still, why take the other one away just to give the player a different one with less ammo for positively no reason whatsoever? There we go. Deployment timetable secured. And a shooting gallery. You know, the funny thing is, partially due to the fact that, as I've mentioned before, I lost my book walkthrough guides somewhere in the 20 million times I've had to move things. I didn't check out any of the levels beforehand. I didn't pre-play them or anything. That just feels lame. Outside of things like Codename Outbreak, where I'm still doing a real-time Let's Play. At least that would be if the game would work. Yeah, and still I'm finding all these objectives rather easily. It seems muscle memory is much, much better, especially in my case, than brain memory. It reminds me of that time that I was waiting for a buddy to get on Xbox Live, back when I used that infernal service. And it just, you know, went through episode 1 of Doom, despite it being the Xbox version and not the version I've played a million times before. And I practically fell asleep while playing it and still got all the way to the end of it without issue whatsoever. I'm blind. Oh no, I'm dead. Though the AI is honestly kind of excusable here, simply because of the simplicity and weakness of the system, and the fact that if they were actually smart and fast, it'd be practically impossible to play because the frame rate is terrible and the controllers are also terrible. I tell you what, if they made a version of this and Underground for the PC, I certainly would be playing those instead. I mean, PC still got Allied Assault and a bunch of other Medal of Honors from the people that would later go on to make Call of Duty, until Call of Duty went from a decent World War II shooter to some really terrible Hollywood movie that's released yearly because Activision is greedy, and fucking terrible. Whoops, just kind of noticed I said fucking teen-rated game. Whoops. Still do try to align the content towards the game's rating to some extent, but, I mean, hey, you can hear fuck a time or two in a PG-13 movie, and that's the same age rating as this game has, so whatever. The ratings boards don't seem to want to be fair about these things, but I will. I'm better than them. Because fuck them. Okay, I think it just went into our territory there. Said it enough times. Whatever. Who cares? I suppose this is what happens when you're, let's playing Medal of Honor. You have to find some random shit to say all the time. And it's mainly because there's hardly anything to say that's relevant to the game. Mainly walking down, one corridor after another, occasionally turning and stopping to shoot. So, like I said before, it's just like GoldenEye. It mainly gets a pass because it's one of the few relatively decent PlayStation / N64 era shooters. Which means it really isn't that great, it's just good for those systems. So here I got confused a little bit, I remember that, and I thought I went back into the starting area somehow, but nope, it just looks completely identical from that point I was at before I paused the game. I suppose I should say that for the entirety of the rest of the mission, I think there might actually be supplies down by that truck that I just didn't bother to go for. Yeah, I think for the rest of this mission, I'd use the pistol quite extensively, if only because it felt more fun than using the other weapons did. Really don't know what killed that guy there. There wasn't a grenade next to him, and he just kind of fell over and disappeared. We say, let's get rid of all the gore for the teen rating. Yay! You know, I actually forgot this was a 4-part mission, even though I edited everything together just right before starting up the commentary. And while I really didn't think I'd have enough, or this much time during the day to record all of this. Interesting. Of course, my headphone cable gets stuck under the chair. Here we go, shooting some dudes with a pistol, trying to go for headshots whenever possible, because it's more fun that way. And doing a whole lot of sucking because, PlayStation controller instead of PC. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So I stopped going the way I was going initially because, as per usual, when you're given multiple paths on a linear game like this, paranoia tends to set in, and you wonder, am I missing something on the other path by going this way? So I go along this path for a while, and eventually get back to the other one. Turns out the other one, I could have finished the other path in about 10-15 seconds. Just a guy or two and some ammo and maybe some health, if I remember correctly. 2 headshots in a row. The helmet shot doesn't count because it doesn't do any damage. I don't think it does anyway. I think that was an alarm I shot. I'm not entirely sure. Preview window is kinda small. Times like this where I wish I had 2 monitors. I mean, technically I do, but I don't have space for the other one on my overcrowded desk, and I do not have a VGA cable. Also, this guy just kind of popped up there. He's wonderful. It's always great to see to watch enemy players or AI spawn directly in front of your face. Really professional, just like hitting the pop filter on my microphone while I was saying that. Huh? He's reloading! Oh, I better stand here and not shoot. That wouldn't be fair to him. Oh, fuck, he killed me. God damn it. Okay, you know what? I can't stick with it. Screw the concept of tuning the language used in the videos to the game's rating. I just can't do it. Words are words are words are words. They only have as much power as the listener allows them to have, and etc. Words of wisdom from somebody. Ah, so there are 3 guys over there in this path. That is okay. Rounds, rifle rounds, and a field surgeon kit. Because I don't know, I guess they really expected you to get shot to shit by 3 guys. Now, this isn't mission number 7, so they were way off there. Whew. Oh, I just can't wait to getting around to recording commentary and stuff for that mission and the mission prior. Actually, I can, because I have to go through like every 30 seconds of the footage and resynchronize it because the footage came out all screwed up. Mainly because ULEAD is a terrible program anymore. Again, it was always pretty terrible. The version that came with my capture card, at least. It's always been terrible, but lately it's been not recording. It's been just randomly stopping at points. Which is why I wasn't able to use my first go-through of Mission 6 and 7. You know, it just stopped a minute into the recording for no reason. And it hasn't stopped doing such stupid things since. So I ended up having to record those last parts with Open Broadcaster. Because, well, for one thing, I couldn't get, you know, DxTory or Fraps to hook into VLC for some reason, and Media Player Classic always makes the capture card footage look really terrible and strange. As could be seen in, you know, early parts of the Wolfenstein long play and in the Max Payne 2 PlayStation 2 long play. Plus, you know, I had to transfer files from the laptop, oh no, a grenade, to the desktop. So, you know, I wanted something that recorded into a lossy, compressed format just so I could, you know, just carry it over with a SanDisk card instead of having to, you know, dig around it. But finding some other way to, you know, send a potentially 200 gigabyte file over. No, it wouldn't be anywhere near that. I mean, it takes 3 hours of 1080p Crisis footage to get to like 373 gigabytes. I'm pretty sure 640 by 480 would take much longer. Hello, guy. Unless you to jump off the boat at me. And accidentally picking that fucking field surgeon kit up because, you know, just like the pipes in that sewer level of the first mission, the collision meshes are way too goddamn big. Hooray, voice correct, thank you. Really appreciate that. Should have got him with the first shot, but no. Aim went off target because it's so easy to aim poorly with such a terrible control system, input format, and whatnot. I'm deaf. I couldn't hear that guy dying right next to me. Herby-doo. Alright. Look through the window of frame rate destruction. And let's... Actually, no. Yes, it did. Okay. I couldn't really tell in the preview window if the explosives were on the thing or not. It kind of looked the same as the bounding box that tells you where to put it. Hard to see, and I've got this pretty much at the... Wait, what am I doing? I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna see if I can full screen the preview without stopping the recording. And I can. Okay. God damn! I wish I would have thought of this before. All right, so I can actually see the wonderful low-resolution garbage in full screen. Should make things a little easier. You know what? Now I can't really check the guide, though I haven't really done that before, or in a while anyway. So yeah, missing a perfect shot because the collision mesh of the two-dimensional texture is a bit off. And what are we doing here? Yeah, I think it's 1 or 2 rooms over is the boat we have to get on for the final part of the mission. There are, of course, some supplies hidden around this one, which is why I'm jumping down and looking in. Oh, look, they spawned right in front of my face. Amazing. Then there's this guy that wasn't here before, just popping up out of nowhere because, hey, let's design our game so that enemies spawn out of nowhere. I'm wondering if Crytek came back and looked at games like this when they were designing Crysis 2 and 3. They certainly copied this kind of bullshit mechanic. Never understand why they don't just make the games better, you know? Why not just, you know, in a game like this, or a game that is an open world, procedurally generated, and or, you know, like Stalker, or the Elder Scrolls, where you have a bunch of generic NPCs that need to, you know, need to be there just to, you know, give the impression of the place not being completely empty. Why not just, you know, place specific enemies on the map at the beginning of the level or during the level design process, and not, you know, just put little spawn triggers in places. Oops, he survived. Yeah, I'll just outright say it. I do not like enemies spawning into maps for no reason. The horrible mechanic. It shouldn't be here in 1999. Nor should it be here in 2011 or 2013. So it looks like this is the boat we need to enter, unless there's a door a bit further ahead that I forgot. Nope, it's this boat. Going down here is still a good idea, though, because of the supplies. You know, in the time I'm taking to do this, I could probably record out a pretty full session of You know, guy's taking the piss. Yeah, I could probably deck out a full session of BioShock or Crisis. Really didn't think they'd be. The family's out of the house for a few hours to go shopping in a town or a small suburban, urban type area. Within half an hour, I'd give away the name of it, as I was almost going to, but I don't want people to figure out where I live by proxy because reasons. Yeah, they're out of town shopping, so I decided to take the time to do some recording, you know, because this is really the only time I can do it during the day. Too much noise, otherwise, plus, you know, the older sister complains about my talk radio being on too loud. She'd probably do the same if I was talking. Especially with all the profanity and such. Not that it really matters when she uses it, but blah blah blah, I'm just making filler talk. That's really... Well, I'm just repeating myself here. It's what the game kind of forces you to do in terms of Let's Play stuff, because it doesn't really do anything else. And I'm pretty sure that guy that I just killed would have died quite a few seconds before if the guy in front wasn't still somehow magnetizing my bullets towards him, because, I don't know, really badly programmed auto-aim. Aim assistance, whatever. Yeah, just shooting at pixels. At pixels. Can't see anything. Well, thankfully this guy decided not to shoot at me initially, because that would have been pretty bad. And I'm already shot to shit. I'll admit, when you're running around with a pistol, this level is pretty damn difficult. Of course, as soon as I go to throw grenades, they pop out of nowhere. And I also think that's a bit of grenade behavior that I haven't seen before in this or we haven't seen before in this specific playthrough. Not sure if the random number generator just hasn't landed on that possibility before or what, but anyway, coordinates transmitted. Briefing gives the impression of there being a thingamabobber time limit here. You know, you need to hurry so the boat can come and get you before the submarine submerges and dies and shit. But it, in all honesty, doesn't really even matter. There, I thought I set the charges, but you know, I didn't really pay attention to the text too much. But it turns out, even though I was, you know, staring at the charge box instead of the wheel turn, it turned the wheel instead. Or maybe I thought I, you know, did both of them at once or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember the thought process here, other than why the hell didn't that get set before. Also, some serious rendering bugs with that periscope thing there. Don't know what's up with that.
The unseen terror is always the most frightening. And if you were aboard a ship in the icy North Atlantic during the war, you experienced firsthand the dread of wondering if you'd ever make it to port. From facilities like Daxmark, hundreds of German U-boats were launched to hunt in their deadly wolf packs. But the Allies fought back. Sub-hunting planes searched endlessly for U-boat periscopes, and when they found one, the results could be devastating. Regardless regardless of which side you fought on. This would be a horrible way to die.
And that's it. Yeah, that's mission 3. Done and dusted. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time in Medal of Honor.